I meant what I said. The whole idea is just irresponsible.
So what? It's more grown up to settle for living in fear behind some stupid wall your whole pointless life?
Yes. Actually, yes it is. It is indeed more grown up to settle for living in fear behind some stupid walls for your whole pointless life. In fact, it's such a good idea, I'm about to prove it to you.
Okay, MatPat, you got me interested. Today, guys, we're going to be reacting to MatPat's original theory on Attack on Titan. Don't attack the Titans. Now, honestly, he said in the intro, like, that's more grown up to be living inside some stupid wall for the whole pointless life. We're going to see why he thinks that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get right into it. Also, let me point this out. I figured out why the audio quality wasn't so good in the last few videos. And no, I'm not talking about the mic cutting out. I'm talking about because of the fact that I was using my headphones with a microphone on them. So it should be much better in this video. So yeah, enough wasting your guys' time. Let's get right into it.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Film Theory.
What's up, MatPat?
Part of a balanced Titan breakfast.
Ooh.
That's gotta be on the list of top 10 worst ways to go. But it's
It really has to be.
Just like that got me to include Attack on Titan as a part of my October Weenie Theory lineup. Weenie theories about Halloweeny things. Scary.
Okay, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
On all you salad finger fans.
Ooh, salad fingers.
Happening. It just needed a little bit more time to get dressed. Salad fingers get dressed. YouTube comedy gold. Right.
Yeah, that was pretty funny, dude.
For those of you who are unfamiliar with Attack on Titan, it's
You need to go watch it. If you are unfamiliar with Attack on Titan, somehow go freaking watch it right now. It is such a good anime. Not sponsored by Red Bull, by the way, but if they do want to sponsor us, you can.
Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with Attack on Titan, it's all about a society that builds a huge wall around itself to keep out the unwanted.
I will build the greatest wall that you've ever seen.
What?
Looks like Trump's got some competition. Maybe this whole
Makes
show
sense.
takes
When did this video even come out? Because I think he was elected in, 2016? Yeah, 2016. Okay, that's pretty funny.
Hashtag theory for another
Yeah, theory
day.
for another day. Theory for another day.
Walls to keep out illegal immigrants, Titan's walls are meant to keep out man-eating giants. You see, about 100 years ago, under mysterious circumstances, giants called Titans suddenly appeared and started eating every single puny human in their sight, like me devouring a handful of crispy M&Ms. So crunchy.
Of course, they did eventually, reveal why the Titans are really there many seasons later, so.
The remnants of humanity fled, retreating into a fortress protected by 3 huge walls. The outermost wall was named Wall Maria, the second Wall Rosa, and the innermost wall Sina.
Okay, MatPat, I know, it really doesn't matter because the names of the walls don't really matter, even though they're named off of Ymir's daughters. It's not Wall Rosa, it's actually Wall Rose. I think they actually discussed this in the manga. Hold on. Okay, I got it. I'm holding it upside down. Let me see if I can find it.
A few minutes later.
I know that somewhere in here there is a diagram of the actual walls. If I don't end up finding it, editor, put a photo of it on the screen. Yeah, I can't find it. It's in here somewhere. Since I can't find it, editor, put a photo of it up on the screen right here. It's not called Wall Rosa, it's called Wall Rose. Also, regarding this, be sure to let us know. Do you prefer reading the manga or do you prefer watching the anime? Honestly, I'm kind of between the two because in some universes I do prefer the manga, and in some universes I prefer anime. Like on Attack on Titan, I prefer the anime, where in Demon Slayer I prefer the manga because, narration. Excuse me.
The poor live between Maria and Rosa, while the rich live in the innermost wall, Wall Sina.
So for me, I would more live in Wall Rose, really, because we live pretty comfortably.
Much like these walls and onions and ogres, the series itself
Nice,
is
nice.
Where do the Titans actually come from? Why do they eat humans? And why do they always look like they're taking the worst yearbook photo ever? Now, I already know a lot of these mysteries have been answered in the manga.
I just showed you that one right there. This right here. How many chapters are there anyway? How many chapters are in AOT? There are 139 chapters. Dang, bro. Dude, it ran from 2009 to 2021. I thought it was a lot later than that. I'm talking 2002.
I already already know that a lot of these mysteries have been answered in the manga, but in the anime, none have yet to be revealed. And by the creator's own admission,
Hajime Isayama.
season 2 will be a complete departure from the source material.
It really wasn't, really.
Focusing exclusively on the anime to answer the single greatest Attack on Titan mystery of them all. With man-eating giants roaming the outside world, what's the best way to survive? Do you go outside the walls facing certain death and try to reclaim Earth for humanity? Or do you just hunker down inside the walls, safe but trapped like animals?
It truly is a dilemma. By the way, be sure to comment down below which character in the anime or manga, whatever, is your favorite. Mine is Annie Lionheart. She is my anime waifu. I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
Home was a pen. Humanity. Cattle.
Honestly, it's a dilemma
Jesus.
that's on every character's mind in the series. As early
It
as
really
the
is.
first episode, we see the show's hero Kirito. Sorry, I mean Eren. American voice actors get me all confused.
Okay, why do so many people crap on American voice dubbing? It's honestly not that bad. Also, have you guys ever noticed that in like past seasons, Eren looked a lot like his mother? And like in the newer seasons, he starts looking more like his dad. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on that.
Fight with his mother over which option is the right choice.
So what? It's more grown up to settle for living in fear behind some stupid wall your whole pointless life?
Then a couple minutes later, his mother gets eaten like popcorn shrimp, putting that argument to bed pretty quickly. But it begs the question, which option is best? Are Eren and the rest of the show's heroes fools to risk their lives outside of the walls when they can just lay back inside the walls and chill? Hashtag wall and chill?
Hashtag wall and chill. Also, if I was Eren,
Like popcorn?
I would want to get revenge on this Titan specifically. Not just because, you know, it's creepy, but because of what he did to his mom. Seriously, Carla Yeager, shout out to her. Beautiful woman. But, like, she didn't need to die this way. This is a freaking pathetic way to die. It couldn't have been something cool like the Colossal coming up and like shooting steam on her. Let me know your thoughts on that.
Now, I already know what you're thinking. Why is he using the American voice dubbing? It sucks. What?
Bruh.
I've done said it already. It's not that bad. Like, the American voice dubbing, like, so what? It doesn't match up their lips properly. It's not that bad. I mean...
What are you saying? After everything we saw that day, after what happened to my mom?
And
it is pretty bad, but, like, it's not that bad.
I'm so triggered about that Kirito joke.
It was actually not a bad joke.
The answer of anime and American voice dubbing still sucks. Okay.
Seriously, it's not that bad.
Calm down there.
Come on, you're being very undue.
Nice. This actor is freaking hilarious. Seriously, his work in The Hangover, his work in Flintstones, he's a good actor. If anybody knows where this right here is from, can you leave it in the comments, please? But seriously, it's not that bad. I mean, sure, it's terrible, but it's not like, you know, like the end of the world.
People listen to these videos, so I gotta make sure that the important quotes are in English and not subbed, alright?
See, like sometimes, you know, people who don't understand Japanese, you gotta listen to them in English. Also, I kind of prefer watching it in English. I mean, I know a little bit of Japanese, but I don't know that much, you know what I mean?
Regarding the SAO hate, whether you love it or you hate it, there's one thing that we can all agree on. At least it's not Skelter Heaven.
Oh no, I may need to censor this. Okay, never mind. Yeah, at least it's not that bad.
Can we all just get along and appreciate that we all have
Yeah.
different nerdy tastes?
See, yeah, we all have different tastes.
Just thought I'd ask. Alright, tongue-in-cheek rebuttals against hardcore anime fans aside, back to Titan.
Yeah, back to
You might be
Titans.
thinking that nobody can relax inside the walls because the Colossal Titan or Armored Titan could just appear randomly and break the walls down as they do in the first 2 episodes.
True.
Except that's not quite true. Notice that these
What?
Titans only take down the segment of wall featuring the gateway in and out of that part of the city. As we learn in episode 24,
Annie! That was Annie. Honestly, this is probably the only frame that has a bad photo of Annie. Editor, flash up some examples. Every other photo of Annie is a good photo.
the walls themselves are hardened, too strong for the Titans to tear apart for reasons I'll leave a mystery due to spoilers.
Don't worry, Matt Pat, I'll tell them. You see, guys, for those of you who didn't see the ending of Season 1 or the beginning of Season 2 or the ending of Season 4 or literally anything regarding anywhere past after the fight at the end of Season 1, the walls actually have colossal titans in them. You know, this dude. Yeah, but seriously, guys, honestly, if you guys haven't somehow never read or watched Attack on Titan, you got to. It is a really good series. Just listen to these reviews. An intense action horror story and Japan's equivalent to the freaking Walking Dead. People such as myself who love Walking Dead, they're gonna love this. Seriously, shout out to Hajime Isayama. He did a really good job. And by the way, guys, I know we haven't talked about this a lot. In Golden Family Studio, we still will be doing the Titan series, which is based off of it. I haven't had any, like, complaints from the creator saying that it was, not okay. He didn't tell me that it was just yet, but I doubt that it'll be an issue. The guy seems kind of chill. So yeah, sorry about that. Let's just jump right back in.
Suffice it to say, only the entrance is weak enough. But if humanity closed up shop and completely walled these segments up as well, the colossal titan could huff and puff all he wanted, but he wouldn't be able to tear down that wall. Mr. Gorbachev, he is not. But of course, that would
80s
also
reference?
mean that
Yeah,
humanity
80s
would be cut
reference.
off from the outside world. So the question is, would that be such
It's
a
one of those
bad
weird,
thing?
like, little
Could
bubble things.
humanity closed within the walls actually survive? Well, to properly answer that, we need to know just how large the remaining population within the walls is and how much land we have to work with.
I'll go on ahead and help you out here. It's actually been theorized that if you take the map of Parody Island and flip it upside down, you'll actually get modern day Madagascar. No, not that Madagascar. The place Madagascar.
How large the remaining population within the walls is, and how much land we have to work with. So at the opening of the series, Titans penetrate the wall Maria, killing 10,000 people. Those that survive the attack flee into the wall Rosa, seeking shelter. However, as we hear in episode 2, 250,000 of those survivors were sent right back out into the Titan-infested area. The narrator reveals that 250,000 people count as
20% of the surviving population.
which means that there are
Oh.
1 million.
Okay, 20%. Okay, so how much was it?
Narrator reveals that 250,000
250,000. Okay, so that's 20%. 20 times 5 is 100, so you just got to multiply that number by 5. So let's do the math real quick. 250,000 times 5, okay? Okay, let's just get out the calculator real quick. Okay, 250,000 times 5, that would make 1,250,000. So meaning, at the beginning of the series, that would be roughly their population.
which means that there are 1,250,000 people living.
See what I mean?
within
Just
all
like the math that we
walls
just
at
did.
the start of the series. Of the 250,000 people that got sent back out, only
Yeah,
about
oh,
100
yeah, about 100.
So at the start of the series, the human population is about 990,100 people. Now, to live
Way
in one of
less
these
than what we
gigantic walls
calculated.
cut off from the rest of the world, we'll need enough space for that population to live. Lucky
I'm pretty sure that the place that inspired this place is an area in Germany that was built inside of a crater, I think. I could be wrong there.
For us, there are a number of good looks at housing throughout Attack on Titan. Within the city areas, sure, the houses are built right next to each other with narrow roads and alleys in between, but they're pretty darn spacious.
They really
far
are.
cry from your average LA hipster house or New York studio apartment, so it doesn't seem like they're hurting for a lot of space. To make sure, I wasn't able to take exact measurements, but I did the next best thing, comparison shopping. You see, the cities
Ooh.
within Attack on Titan closely resemble the real-world city of Nordlingen, Germany, a town
I just talked about this. Nordlingen. Sorry, I couldn't pronounce it. But I just talked about this. Like the walls, like it's inspired off of it. And he's saying that it just looks like it. No, they actually confirmed that, it's inspired off of it. Comment down below if you guys knew that.
town constructed entirely inside a meteor crater. It's cool,
Yeah.
right? Houses are built
Fly,
right
you
next to each
fools.
other with
Nice.
narrow roads and alleyways. And seriously, just compare the anime houses to those IRL.
Excuse me.
It's uncanny how similar they are. So I looked into local available house listings in that area and found that the median house there is about 1,500 square feet. So assuming that people
1,500
are
square feet.
families of 4, some people are sharing homes since times are hard, and that ever-present couch surfing rent
Seth
bug
Rogen.
freeloader friend that everyone has.
Who doesn't love Seth
Near the
Rogan.
middle of the apocalypse, the population of 990,100 people would need somewhere around 247,525 homes to sustain them all. Now, if each house covers a baseline 1,500 square feet, that means we need an area of 371,287,500 square feet at an
Jesus.
absolute minimum. To
That's at a minimum?
roads, streets, alleys, markets, and businesses, I'm gonna quadruple that number to give us a realistic amount of space for the city population, giving us the grand total of 1,485,150,000 square feet, about 34,000 acres or 138 kilometers squared.
Oh my god. I highly doubt Madagascar is going to be able to hold that. How big is Madagascar in square feet? Oh. Never mind. Never mind. Wait, that's 1 billion right there. And this is 6.3, so yeah, never mind. Never mind. It'll be able to handle it.
How big is that? Well, that's the size of 20,000 soccer fields. For comparison, Los Angeles is 10 times that size, at 1,300 square kilometers. So about
Jesus.
1 million people don't need as much land as you might think. But then again, they're being tightly squeezed into this area between the walls, right?
Yeah.
Wrong. We're shown through diagrams as early as the first episode the actual measurements of the walled city. And when you do the math, it's actually huge.
Okay, before we continue, I want you guys to keep the number we said for Madagascar in mind. 6.3 billion. I want you guys to keep that in mind, and whenever it comes to like a conclusion of like how big the walls are and stuff like that, I want you guys to compare those like in your heads, and we'll see just how accurate it is. Because if you look at the Madagascar map and the, you know, parody map and like compare them, the walls look like that big. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. And yeah.
From Wall Maria to Wall Rosa, there's a distance of 100 kilometers. Between
100 kilometers.
Wall Rosa and Wall Sina, there's a distance of 130 kilometers. And from Wall
130
Sina to the center of it all, a distance of 250 kilometers. Now,
250.
this huge piece of land between Wall Maria and Wall Rosa because Titans have taken it over. But given that the walls are constructed in a circular manner, we can use the formula for the area of a circle to figure out what sort of space we're working with within the other two walls.
Let me just say, when I learned how to do the area of a circle, I struggled majorly because I'm not the best when it comes to math. I'm not the smartest human being. I mean, I'm pretty intelligent, but I'm not really good with like shapes and stuff, especially circles. Now, if we're talking about like area and perimeter with rectangles and squares, I'm pretty good with that.
In other words,
I say triangles are my worst one. Ooh. Miss Frizzle, let's go! Okay, I have a question, and I don't think I'm weird or anything, but am I the only one who actually had a crush on Miss Frizzle as a kid?
Considering the area of a circle is pi r squared and the radius of Wall Sina is 250 kilometers, the area within Wall Sina alone is 196,000 kilometers squared. That's a land area larger than, no joke, over half the countries in the world.
Okay, wait, hold on. How much is that exactly? That's 196 kilometers squared. 196 kilometers. So I'm going to go ahead and go on here, and we're going to convert that into feet. Wow. Just that is 600 million feet right there. And I told you guys to keep in mind the 6.3 billion from earlier. Maybe Madagascar is just big enough to compensate for this amount of space. But then again, that's just Walrus, so yeah, let's see what he says for the others.
Joke, over half the countries in the world. Full countries. Adding in Walrosa's extra 130 kilometer radius, you get a grand total space of 454,000 square kilometers.
Okay, 454. All right, just converted that. Okay, I'm not even going to attempt that. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that if there really does take place in modern day Madagascar, I'm sure it should be able to, take care of like the amount of space. Like we should be able to, like over there, they should have enough space for these walls and then some. So yeah.
Reference, this is roughly the equivalent area of Sweden, which,
Sweden?
by the way, has a population of over 9 million.
It's over
9 million, and we only
Nice.
need it for 1 million people. Based on what we watch in the show, we assume that living between the walls means making a bunch of sacrifices, but that couldn't be further from the truth.
Yeah.
We literally have a population density of about 2 people for every square kilometer. That is less than literally any other place in the world except for Antarctica. Seriously, the Titans could be wandering their stupid little faces off for weeks without finding a single person to chomp on. And speaking of
Nice.
chomping,
Nice.
what about
That
food? As
whole
we see
segment.
throughout Attack on Titan, land isn't the problem, it's food that's constantly running short. The most
Okay.
basic meal military volunteers eat consists of a piece of bread, a sliver of meat, a bowl of bean soup, and, of course, potatoes.
That actually sounds really
Delicious
good,
potatoes
actually,
that
all of
leave
this.
shelter in your stomach.
And what is that you're clutching in your right hand?
A steamed potato! It sat there in the mess hall begging to be eaten! So I gave it shelter in my stomach, sir.
Sasha.
Oh god, that is such an iconic scene. And also, let me just throw this out there. I know I said Annie was my favorite AOT character. Sasha is definitely a close second. Well, actually, in that regard, Sasha and Mikasa are kind of tied.
Sasha, saving the world's U-list tubers one potato at a time. In fact,
Yep.
to promote the opening of an Attack on Titan amusement park ride, producers sent press
That's
this
creepy.
exact meal. And of course, growing food takes extra land. So, per the Food and Agricultural Organization, quote, the minimum amount of agricultural land necessary for sustainable food security is half of a hectare per person. Who knows how much a hectare is? It converts to
Oh, I've completely
0.05
forgotten.
square kilometers or 1.2 acres per person per year.
So honestly, not that much, really.
This means to support the entire population of 990,100 people, you'll need an additional area of 4,950 and a half square kilometers. Compare that to the total amount of area within the wall, and we still have more than enough space to grow crops for the entire population and then some. But the
Nice.
challenges keep coming, since, as we discover in the second episode, a lot of the space is actually a wasteland unable to grow crops.
How much of Madagascar's like how much of their land is actually usable? If you guys know, let me know in the comments.
Oh, this show is trying to get me to force these kids outside of the walls so hard. Unfortunately, it's never shown how much area this wasteland takes up, but if you adhere to the two most prevalent theories about where this story takes place, it's
At the
either
time,
in Germany
by the
or
way.
North America. And
Yep, definitely at the time. Because this right here, this video right here came out like when season 1 was still like, it was still like around. It was before season 2 came out, and it was before we found out what Parody Island actually looks like. And when we did find out what it actually looks like, it went from just Germany and North America to Madagascar, like including that as well. So, yeah.
And based on that information, we can calculate the percentage of farmable land, which in Germany is 34.1% and in North America is 11%. So let's take the
We need to work on our
worst-case
farmable
scenario
land.
and conclude that only 10% of the available area within the walls could be used to cultivate crops and livestock.
And the other 90
Still
being
leaves us with
useless.
About 45,000 square kilometers, nearly 10 times more than we need for the current population. In fact, with that amount of farmable land, you could sustain a population close to 9 million people. Go figure. It's
Really?
the population of Sweden again. Has anyone actually taken the time to look into the possibility that this show actually takes place in Sweden? Pewds, you're Swedish. Give us the lowdown. Attack on Titan. Remind you of your home at all? Giant Mr. Goodbodies wandering around invading your Swiss chalets?
Yeah, Felix, can you let us know if like any Titans have attacked your city like at all?
Long story short, there's more than enough space just within the inner two walls to both feed and house the surviving humans, even if 90% of the land is completely useless as farm.
And that's still considering the one where it's Germany with the 30% of the land being useful.
Which brings us last, but certainly not least, to repopulation. The old bow chicka bow wow. Fire up some Barry White because the human race has to resurge somehow. I mean, it'll be pretty gross considering everyone will reek of bean soup.
Honestly, they live in a society where they don't care what people smell like anyway. And also,
The old bow chicka bow wow.
really, bro?
According to census data, populations tend to grow at about 1.1% per year, which means if we plug in a
I think that
basic
started
exponential
decreasing,
growth
I think.
calculator, we can determine that the population of 990,100 people won't hit 9 million for another 200 years. So even if only
Twice as long as it took for the Titans to start
the walls would still
gearing
be able
up.
to support its population for another 200 years at least. So yeah, Aaron, Mikasa, Jean, and Armin may be intent on going out and risking their lives amongst the giants, fighting the losing battle of reclaiming their land one neck nape at a time, but they really should have listened to this guy.
All of it amounts to nothing!
I have a lot of respect for Keith Shadis. Let me just throw that out there. This dude right here, I have so much respect for, like, you know, them saying, like, they should have just hunkered down in the walls, you know, boarded up the gates, just don't freaking leave, and just, not go out there and risk your life. And not to mention the fact that he's the one who trained our dudes. And by the way, guys, as for that photo I was telling you about, I actually found it. That's what it looks like. And as you can clearly see right there, it's called Walrose, not Walrosa.
Aaron's mom.
The whole idea is just irresponsible.
They
It
have
really
at
is.
least 200 years before they even need to consider the possibility
Nice.
of leaving the walls. The smartest play is to simply seal yourself in and relax.
Amen.
Wall and chill.
Hashtag wall and chill.
Sometimes being lazy is mathematically the correct choice.
Yep.
But hey,
That's just a theory. A film theory. Yeah, amen, brother. Also, this meme right here hits hard. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give this video a like, comment down below what you guys thought, and of course, subscribe for more videos. Shout out to the film theorists for making this video. The original video will be linked in the description down below, as well as their profile. If you guys want us to check out their other theory where they talk about where the Titans came from, be sure to let us know. And yeah, I'm going to go read the manga. You can click that video right there to watch me react to some really stupid people on the internet, or you can click that video that YouTube has specially picked out for you guys, or you can click that playlist right there to watch some of our other reaction videos, or if you want to, you can click that little button right there to subscribe to the channel. All right, peace out, everyone.